Hello, my name is Denise Oyama Miller, and I'm a textile artist from Fremont, California, which is in the San Francisco Bay Area in the northern part of the state. My quilt in the show is called Impressions of Sienna. It was inspired by an absolutely amazing trip my husband and I took to Italy that included a visit to the city of Sienna in the Tuscany region. Sienna is known for its medieval architecture, its palio horse races, of which we managed to miss those unfortunately, but it's also known for its sloped alleyways, which is kind of an interesting thing to be known for. But the way it's built is the reason there are so many of them. Siena is basically built on a hill, and the campo or center of the city is at the top of the hill, and then all the alleyways radiate off of that hill. So naturally, they're going to all be going downhill, but behind them, you see the Tuscan hills and all the architecture and rolling, beautiful landscapes that are there. It's an absolutely gorgeous place to visit. And we were there in summer, so it was incredibly hot, but we managed to find a very cool spot between two of these ancient medieval buildings. And so it was hot in the sun, but it was just really cool in the shade. But the sun was such a clear light. All of the beautiful colors that were in the city and in the Tuscan hillsides kind of came alive just from standing there and looking at the city going on. I tried to kind of capture that moment. And in particular, I tried to get a sense of the Italians living in this ancient city with all of their modern ways of living. So I thought that was a really interesting concept for that group in that town. And even though I worked in information technology for my whole career, I have spent probably much more of my time making art and sewing during the time that I had been working. And I love working in all the different mediums, and I've tried them all, but I seem to always come back to texture and textiles. I love the feel of the fabric. I love feeling the color, and I love working with it and how well it works with other mediums. I also love to do mixed media, and so for the last 20 years, basically, I've done textiles and mixed media work. I find that the textiles work really well with the other elements that I use in mixed media, like paper and paint and ephemera, stitching. All of that goes into my mixed media work. My work focuses mainly, though, on landscapes, and in this case, cityscapes, and nature as well. I find it a constant source of inspiration just to see what's around me and try to identify things that are unique to that environment. In particular, I'm looking for patterns, I'm looking for textures, and I'm looking for colors that I can use in my textile work. And I combine these things in different ways and different approaches to create landscapes that I feel I'm trying to give them a sense of place. And I hope that my viewers also can connect to my landscapes and cityscapes. I use the quilting line heavily. I love to quilt. I do machine quilting, free motion machine quilting, and I like to create movement around the piece using the quilting line. And I find that I use it to often kind of show airflow in my work. The colors, I will admit up front that I enhance them quite a bit, but I feel that we can take some liberties there and can use the color to also kind of move your eye around the piece to see what's there. So I hope you enjoy my work, and thank you so much for listening.